It's Friday night, and you know what that means. Just a bit outside radio show, live on the air, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. As we always say, share the link, share the love. You got Mark, you got Keisha. Keisha, happy Pie Day.
Yes. You know, you beat me to the chase, man. You know I was going to bring it up. You know, here just a bit outside, we love to celebrate those national festive days that pop up randomly throughout the month. But this day today, March 14th, is a special day for us here at Just a Bit Outside every year because, you know how much we love, pizza. I did the slice of the week for years until I couldn't find any more slices. and you know what, outsiders? You know what I'm thinking? If you guys know of a new pizza spot or have tried a pizza spot, in honor of eating pizza today, throw it up on the feed. I'm always looking for a new place to go, but I swear to God, I feel like I have bounced around just about to every pizza place I could possibly go. But your girl's always looking for new spots, so make sure you put them up and, make sure you get your pie on, man. And that is not just exclusive to pizza, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
It's not exclusive to pizza. Mark, our favorite sports bae is currently out there somewhere in the 410 enjoying a pie dessert of some sort. As a matter of fact, I know exactly what she did because she just checked in with me about an hour ago.
Yeah?
Jana was on the go, as she always is. I mean, she has to be one of the busiest friends that I have. I mean, she always has something going on. But she was on the go today, and she went for some drive-by pies at Burger King, and that was a good look because
okay.
I do know that Burger King had a Pie Day special.
Yeah, I think on
the pies. Are you a fan of the Burger King pies?
Yo, I used to work at Burger King, and those Hershey pies are fucking good. And let me give you a pro tip. Because they take them out, they thaw them, and, you got to get a thawed pie. Ask for it frozen, because that Hershey's pie frozen, damn. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, it slaps.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to try that. Because, it does sound good to me because I am actually a fan. I'm one of those people that like to put chocolate in the refrigerators. I put the Snickers in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Enjoy that treat cold. I'll do that with the Twix. I'll even, my dad put me on, he likes paydays. And one day I was up at the house and, raiding the snacks, all of his hiding spots, because he has all of these hiding spots all over the house where he hides candy from my mom. But they're really not hiding spots because everybody knows where they are. It's funny. But he has this little pocket in the back of the refrigerator. I hit that joint up and there was a payday in there. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this cold payday. Oh, my gosh. It was hitting.
Really?
Yeah, it was hitting. So I'm definitely going to give the pies. You said the frozen pies a try.
Yeah.
Man, because I don't know, it's something about cold chocolate. It's kind of like cold pizza. It's just, it's a delicacy.
Hell yeah. I mean, pie, I think I like pies better than cake for dessert. And whether it's a fruit pie or a chocolate silk pie, man, you cannot go wrong with a pie.
Okay, all right, well, let me ask you this. What's your favorite pie?
I mean, like I just said, you can't go wrong. Fruit pie, I mean, blueberry is delicious. And then you got chocolate silk.
So any fruit pie?
Any fruit pie, lemon meringue.
I have a favorite, I know apple pie is supposed to be the American favorite, but there's a lot of people out there that enjoy strawberry pie.
Oh, hell yeah, strawberry. Damn. That right there. I mean, I'm like you. I love chocolate. Chocolate. Yeah. If I had to say a favorite, it'd be chocolate silk or lemon meringue because those are just so good, which are so completely different. Super sweet, super tart.
Yeah. My dad's a big fan of lemon meringue pie. But yeah, man. I mean, everybody use this as an excuse to indulge. Use this as an excuse to have a cheat day. It is Pie Day, so go out there and get you something round
And
and take a big old bite.
do that local tip too. Dangerously delicious pies. They're all. I mean, they've been around longer than I've been here, and that's like 17 years now. So, like, go down Dangerously Delicious because their stuff is always good.
For sure, for sure. And if you forgot about the holiday, all you gotta do is jump online. I always like to say this, especially to our seasoned vets that are listening, that are our 40 and over crew. Google is your friend. So jump on the internet. They will let you know who's having specials in your area. Everybody's doing something. So, like I said, man. After the show, I'm gonna, I've been waiting all day to indulge. So after the show, I'm gonna step out and get my pie. Y'all know I'm going for the pizza pie. And yeah, man, everybody just indulge today. It's one of the best days of the year, in my opinion.
Have you already picked a pie to indulge in, or have you?
No, I went down the rabbit hole. I don't even know. I do this to myself every year. I get on the internet and search the deals, like the best deals.
Right, me too. My work even sent out like a newsletter like with pie deals.
And then it's like, okay, so you start Googling, and of course the first thing that they throw at you is all of the national deals.
Yep.
Then it's like, okay, I got to take it another level. I got to find the local deals, and then, next thing you know, you've just been looking at all types of deals for the past hour, and now you're overwhelmed and don't know what to do. So that's the stage that I'm at right now. I'm hoping somebody will give me some direction after the show. Otherwise, I mean, I just, this is a dangerous holiday for me. I could end up with 3 pizzas.
Let me just go on a little rant too, because like Google is your friend, but Google also hates you. Because I totally understand why it gives. I totally understand why it gives you USA Today. Like that's natural. It's article on deals. But why the hell are you going to give me like Anaheim's deals? I don't care about Anaheim's deals. Right. They're all the way over there on the West Coast. Give us something here in Baltimore.
It pisses me off that, some of the suggested deals, like, that Google throws back at you.
Right.
For pizza from, like, Marco's. Marco's is clearly on the West Coast. I don't know if I know that there's no Marco's in Maryland. If there, have you seen a Marco's?
I believe there is one like Essex Dundalk, but I'm not positive.
I am not going to Essex or Dundalk. That might as well be Canada. Okay. If anybody knows me, they know damn well I am not going to Essex or Dundalk to go to Marco's.
It has such
it's just like all of these chains that are regional and are not in our area, and it is. I mean, it's offensive to me.
Yo, I mean, I've heard like it's gone downhill, but when I lived in Phoenix, Hungry Howie's Pizza was the bomb, and I would snack one up right now. But there ain't none in here, so don't give me articles with Hungry Howie's. Damn it.
Yo, okay, see, you done brought up. Okay, I had Hungry Howie's for the first time. As a matter of fact, this time last year, I was in Miami for the Miami Open. It was towards the end of the month, as a matter of fact. And it was after I went to a night session, and it was probably like, I don't know, man, like 12, close to 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like starving, and for whatever reason, I did not eat inside the arena, Hard Rock Arena. I was like, okay, I know that I can find pizza. Pizza spots are always open late. It's the weekend. And I was like, let me check out this Hungry Howie's. Because Hungry Howie's was open till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, yo, I don't even give a fuck what it tastes like. I am going to go. Man, I bust down that pizza so fast. And, I don't know if it was because of the state that I was in, because I did have some drinks. But, man, that Hungry Howie's pizza was delicious. And I was pleasantly surprised because I would have to say, like, over the past 5 or 6 years, I've kind of shied away from the chains, and
Yeah.
I've been, just supporting the mom and pops, the small businesses, and to me, they just generally they taste better than the chains.
Yep.
But that Hungry Howie's pizza, whew, it was hitting, man. It was hitting, and that was my first time having it last year.
Hey, they flavor up your crust. You can't go wrong.
Yes, and they give you all of these options. It's just like, man, screw Marco's. Give me a Hungry Howie's.
Right.
I will travel to Essex for Hungry Howie's. Not for no Marco's, because I've had that. I wasn't too impressed. But, yes, that concludes our little pie segment for today. What else is going on around town? Excuse me, we have a lot going on. This weekend here in the 410, I'm hoping that these festivities go down, but it's like St. Patrick's Day weekend here and everywhere across the nation. This is like one of the biggest drinking holidays. I know that in places like Chicago, don't they like take they probably do it in Boston too. Don't they dye the waters green, or have they stopped doing that? Because I feel like that's like an environmental hazard. Are they still doing things like that?
I have no idea.
I'm going to say that they're still doing it because I haven't heard otherwise.
Probably.
But here in Baltimore, we have our annual St. Patrick's Day parade, complete with the Shamrock 5K race.
Yeah.
This race, for outsiders that don't know, I do occasionally run races. And when I say run races, I'm not competitively. I just do it recreationally. I just do it so my goal is crossing the finish line. But the Shamrock 5K is one of my favorite races. When I first started, when I first got into running, I would say, gosh, how old am I now? I don't even want to say that online. Maybe like 10 years ago when I started running, Shamrock 5K was one of the first runs that I participated in, and I will be participating this weekend. Like I said, fingers are crossed. I hope so, because it looks like to me that there's some inclement weather in the forecast for Sunday. I mean, it looks pretty horrible, and I have not heard of any instructions for, possible inclement weather. So I hope this thing is not rain or shine. I got a couple of friends that will be running with me this go around. But, after I get off the phone, I will also be alerting them. Listen, if there is one drop of rain on the ground, I will not be coming out there. Honestly, like, running races in the rain or in wet conditions, that's like one of the, to me, it's not worth it.
Right.
Like, for those of you who do not know, when you sign up to run a race, when you register, you have to sign a waiver form. Okay, and that waiver form says if you get hurt out there for any reason, hey, it's not our fault. So they are absolving themselves from anything that happens out there. Okay, and to me, wet pavement, slick pavement, thousands of people running on top of each other, it's not a good look. Right. I've seen people fall. I've seen groups of people fall on top of each other in dry conditions. And, I've seen people carted away with paramedics, first aid attendants, so, I'm just really hoping that, the conditions are ideal, because, it can end up being, semi-dangerous if the conditions aren't ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't even imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, last year it was a lot of fun. It was hella cold. But last year I got to meet Mayor Brandon Scott, took a couple pictures with him. He became my newest bestie at the time. He put me on his Instagram. But, I mean, it's really cool. I mean, my high school, Mercy High School, will be out there. Some of the other private schools traditionally participate in the parade, along with the fire departments and a lot of the other agencies here in the 410. So it's good family fun, and you already know there's going to be a lot of beer being poured.
But will it be green?
I'm sorry, but you were breaking up there a little bit. What'd you say?
Will it be green?
Some places will have green beer, not all. But yeah, some places do. The race actually starts at Charles and Mulberry, where there is a well-known Irish bar right there at the starting spot. It's called Mick O'Shea's. I'm pretty sure Mick's will be having the green beer, and down in Fells Point, I believe Max's on Broadway, they partake in the green beer as well. So, there will be several places about town. I'm not quite sure in the county, but yeah, there will definitely be several places in the city where you can partake in some green beer.
Oh yeah,
super cool. I'm trying to think, is anything else? Anything else going on around town that I did not mention? Maybe that you've seen, Mark?
Nothing I can think of, but I'm sure like every bar in town is gonna have like St. Patrick's specials all weekend long.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it's going down starting tonight.
Yeah.
Especially down in Fells Point. I mean, there will be drunken debauchery every night this weekend. So you've got plenty of opportunities to go out there and have some fun with your friends.
Yeah. Don't drive.
Hell yeah. All right, well, let's take it from around town, and let's go ahead and jump into the sports realm, Mark. Let me take a look at this menu here. First things first, let's keep it 410. The Orioles are in spring training. They've been doing okay. I mean, it hasn't been fantastic. I'll say that. But right now they are playing the Minnesota Twins, and they are up 4-0. And their spring training record right now is 8-10, and they're kind of at the bottom of the Grapefruit League. But the thing that I wanted to mention about spring training, the best team in the Grapefruit League. You want to take a guess at who it is?
That means I got to think about what teams are actually in Florida. Dodgers?
Dodgers are in the Cactus League, but I'm just going to go ahead and stick the knife. It's Toronto Blue Jays.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I have followed a couple of their games. We mentioned a couple of months ago, it was very heartbreaking when we lost Anthony Santander, but he seems to be fitting in really well with the Blue Jays. They have made, some changes, and now I feel like their lineup can be just as competitive as anybody else in the AL East. If you remember last season, Mark, we were kind of shocked with the results of the Toronto Blue Jays. I felt as though they underperformed, and I think we talked about that a little bit toward the end of the season.
Yep.
Yeah. So they have, like I said, they've made some changes, most notably adding, our beloved Anthony Santander to the roster, and it seems like as of right now they've been doing good. They still have a pretty decent pitching core, and I think the big thing from last year was that their bats just weren't alive.
Yeah.
Like we had been accustomed to seeing. I mean, you had the likes of Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero on your squad. I mean, we all know what Vlad can do. He is participated in multiple home run derbies, and I think he even had kind of a lull of a season. He did not, it wasn't one of his best seasons batting. Bo Bichette dealt with a lot of injuries, so I feel as though. They got George Springer and Anthony Santander. They're going to be putting people on notice and looking to really get into the mix and compete with. And I gotta say, we're Titans now. We're Titans of the AL East. We compete with the New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah.
So, what is it? Today's the 14th. Opening day is 31st. I will be out there. Sports Bay Jana will be out there. So we're all counting down, and we'll continue to talk about baseball here and there, leading up to opening day. Okay, so let's keep it 410 and take it from the baseball diamond to the football field. What's new with the Ravens?
Got a couple of free agent acquisitions. Lost some in free agency too.
Yeah.
But I think everyone knows the big one, and I kind of wonder about it. DeAndre Hopkins, 1 year, $5 million, adds to that receiver core. How you feel about that?
There's a lot of wonder. Like when you say you wonder about it, there's a lot of wonderment. Okay. When I first heard the news, because you know how I don't know if this was how you heard it, but I heard it through Jana. We were in our little group chat. I was like, okay, but then when I actually sat and started looking at the details and started thinking about things, I don't want to say that I'm scared, but I don't know, my spidey senses are going off, Mark. They're going off. And, the first thing that kind of raised my eyebrows was the 1 year, what was it, 1 year, $5 million?
Yep.
I thought and let me know if I'm tripping, but I thought that was a little low.
Oh, for sure. Because let me tell you, one of our favorite guys, Marquise Brown, Hollywood, he re-signs with the Chiefs. Also a 1 year deal. Do you know how much he's getting paid?
If he's $10 million.
$11 million.
Yeah.
And homie played three games all season.
This is confirming my fears. Okay, so that was the first thing that my spidey senses went off. I was like, man, that deal is hella low. Okay, the value of it, which was kind of shocking, which to me says one, maybe you didn't get a whole lot of offers, and there's like a reason for that, and two, there's a lot of factors that go into these numbers. Oh, yeah. What the hell is going on with you? Let's face it, 1 year, $5 million, that's like second, third tier wide receiver numbers.
Yep. And
when we all know who D-Hop is.
Yeah. He was supposed to have been a number one.
Yeah.
Texans, when he went to Texans first in Arizona? Yeah.
Yes. Monster numbers. But, and the connection with him and it was great. It was great. So that was the first thing, Mark. The second thing was that the Kansas City Chiefs let him go so easily.
Yep.
And now you just threw another ingredient into the mix. How do you keep Hollywood Brown and who is like 2 sizes less than D-Hop and got paid twice as more. Something is wrong with him, yo. That's the conclusion that I came up. That's the conclusion that I came to. Something is wrong with him. Outside of, I would love to hear what you think about this. About this pickup, and two, about this deal. I think something is wrong with DeAndre Hopkins.
Well, the professor's already put a couple things in the chat.
Oh, shucky ducky, my man.
It's a great deal. We need a big body X receiver with hands. We don't need him to be the number one receiver, which I'm thinking, yeah, we already got a number one in Zay Flowers, so maybe they signed him as a number two. And then he says that's because we don't have any money and he wanted to play with Lamar. And I did see where Ravens were at the top of his teams once he found out he was getting released.
I love his optimism. I do, and I'm holding on to that, yo. You know how much I love Harry. Harry, you know how much I love you. Yo, I'm going to hold on to that optimism, but man, I'm just telling you, like, even right now, them spidey senses is making my booty itch. I just can't shake this feeling. But, regardless, the concept of it,
yes.
you gotta love the concept, right? You
Absolutely.
gotta love the concept. Come on, man. We got a big bruiser at running back, big bruiser at wide receiver. Oh, it looks so good. They thought the idea of it looks really attractive. I am gonna hold my my permanent judgment. I'm gonna have to see 2-3 games. I'm going to have to see 2-3 games, but I'm just telling you, man, I don't know. I just really don't know about this. And it's crazy because I'm actually saying this about DeAndre Hopkins.
Right. We're on the same wavelength as always.
Dig it. What else is going on with the Ravens?
Let's see.
I think did we lock Ronnie Stanley in?
They locked Ronnie Stanley in, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Baltimore. Re-signed Patrick Ricard for another year. Re-signed Tylan Wallace for another year.
Yeah.
Signed linebacker Jake Hummel, which I think that's a pretty decent pickup.
1-year deal. Yep.
And then they released cornerback Arthur Mollett and safety Marcus Williams.
Okay. Not bad. I mean, yeah. Looks like Ronnie got the bag, man. 3 years, $60 million. Good for him. Yeah, I can't say that I'm disappointed as of right now. I always like them to address the team issues from the previous season. Even though DeAndre Hopkins is who he was, I was really kind of surprised that they are still trying to make like these wide receiver moves when I felt like we had a pretty decent wide receiver core established.
Yeah.
But, hey, they're the powers that be. The rest of the team, I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you think there's an issue out there that still needs to be addressed with the Ravens?
Well, I did see where Nelson Aguilar was a free agent, and they obviously didn't re-sign him. So, I guess there was that need at wide receiver that we didn't think about, and D-Hop fills that. I think it's an attractive name also. So yeah, I think they're going to be good.
Let's take a few minutes to talk about, because we talked today about some of the other moves that have been made in free agency, and I guess I'd like to shed some light on some of the moves that were made that not only that shocked us, but in a bad way. We talked a little bit about, Myles Garrett rejoining the Cleveland Browns. I mean, he must really hate himself. I was really disappointed in that news. Because to me, Myles Garrett is one of the best defensive players that has taken the field up to this point. And, there's a possibility that he will not get all of the credit that he deserves because he's on, such a shit team and organization.
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel as though him staying with the Cleveland Browns, do you still feel as though he's a lock for the Hall of Fame? Yep. See that? Yeah, that tells me all I need to know right there.
I mean, it's tough. He's
tough, right? It is. And do you feel as though had he gone to another team? I mean, it don't even have to be a Super Bowl team, but at least a team that is winning. At least he gets some more wins under his belt. It would better his chances, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, numbers wise, he's great, but I mean, man, he so much potential still. I mean, he is definitely not like in the twilight of his career or anything.
Right.
He could go somewhere and just make a huge impact. And
yeah,
like I said in our group chat, he was more interested in the bling than the ring.
Yeah. And I don't fault the players these days for taking that approach, but you get something from the money. Yeah, you get a nice cushy life, and you get that financial security, but the glory of winning, the glory of getting that bust made for yourself.
Yeah.
The glory of you having those, being that bullet point in all of the historical talks, and those things live forever. And
Yeah.
I guess that's just the toss up that a lot of these players go with, man. And
what? Speaking of living forever, so there's, especially like the Hall of Famers, there's always something that sticks in your mind, one play or anything. What's your one play that sticks in your mind for Myles Garrett?
You said my one play or player?
One play that sticks in your mind for Myles Garrett.
Oh, shit. Putting a dent in Mason Rudolph's forehead.
Right? Like swinging a helmet.
So what you're saying is he's gonna live forever regardless.
That's what's gonna live forever for him. That's gonna be his legacy.
But for somebody that's so talented, that's a damn shame.
Right? Exactly. The professor says Garrett is going to the Hall of Fame, but $40 million a year to suck it up. He should stay a Brown.
Yeah.
But okay, Professor. I need you to throw something in the chat here, because he also says, and I want to know who they is.
Okay.
They are talking about bringing Mosley back to Baltimore along with Flacco.
Who the hell? What, did you get that from one of those groups? Because they love saying dumb shit. Please? Man, Joe Flacco? Are you guys serious? Every year they do. Every time I think that they can't get any more dense. Joe Flacco? And I'd like to know where you heard that as well, man, because I want to stay clear away from that group, because they got a whole lot of crazy going on. CJ Mosley too, I mean, he did not have a bad season, but he's pretty much,
yeah,
dare I say, washed.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's where we are. And he was fantastic when he's here. I've met the dude at a MMA event. Real cool guy and everything. Got a lot of love for him, but no. Joe Flacco, I don't know why the hell y'all are still in 2025 holding on to Joe Flacco, but no.
He's learned how to ride the pine.
What the hell? Can we go one off season without hearing those two words? Can we?
Right.
Every freaking. I mean, it's just. Oh man.
What? Actually, Jeff Zrebeck to back up Lamar. Like, that's apparently who he heard it from. I need to check out Zrebeck. However the fuck you say his name. Language. Sorry.
Yeah.
How you say his name? Because I'm gonna check his Twitter. Because what the hell, man.
I have got to be a firm believer that Eric DaCosta would not do. Do you know how many problems that could cause bringing that guy back into the locker room? Let me just say this. Maybe not necessarily with the team because, everybody knows that it's Lamar's team. But as far as the pundits, the commentators, they love a controversy.
Right.
And why would you do that? That could potentially be damaging the team chemistry. I have to believe that Eric DaCosta would not do that. Not do that to Lamar. And then also to making a move like that. What is that saying to your bringing the quarterback that won you the Super Bowl back to the team with the quarterback that's trying to win one currently? Man, come on, don't.
Right, and
you got to be better than this. Come on, man.
Even with the years he has, and like he's learned to ride the bench. I want Flacco to retire a Raven, but do it in the off season when you do the 1-day contract stuff. Like, man.
Yeah, man. Not here. There are plenty of other teams that are messed up. Excuse my language.
We're going.
You know what? We'll take him and he'll be great. Take him back to the Jets. Didn't he play for the Jets for like 3 games or something? I don't know.
A season, yeah.
Yeah. Let them deal with that. I mean, they're already spiraling. Let's not bring that energy over here to the 410, man. Let's not do it. Let's not do it.
Speaking of the Jets, did you hear who they signed for QB?
Is that where Sam Darnold went?
No, Darnold went to the Seahawks.
Darnold went to the Seahawks. Okay, all right. Okay, so straighten me out on this one. Wait a minute. Okay, it's not Fields, is it?
Ding, 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 ding. It is Justin Fields.
Oh, man, that guy, he can't catch a break. I feel so bad for this kid. Oh, man.
You want to know what's even crazier? And I mean, maybe not the worst signing of the free agency period, but definitely the craziest. So Justin Fields goes to the Jets. Russell Wilson hasn't signed anywhere. Do you know who the Steelers have signed?
Who?
Mason Rudolph. $2 years, $8 million. That'll be a backup.
I'm surprised that guy's still getting chances too. I mean, these quarterbacks be having 15 lives in the NFL, man.
Dude.
And it's insane. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. There's always those things and that go down. I mean, there's a lot of other things, too. I mean, one crazy and insane thing is how does the 49ers let Deebo Samuel go to the Commanders? why the hell, why in God's green earth do the Indianapolis Colts want Daniel Jones? How does Devontae Adams still, he's got to be on his last leg. I mean, what is this, like his 8th or 9th team now? He's joining the Rams. I mean, I just, that's somebody that has, that will never be satisfied. And free agency is just so much fun. But this all season, there's a lot of shakeup, man. There's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily know if it's going to even up the playing field. But the biggest things right now is, hey, what is going to happen with Aaron Rodgers and I think Russell Wilson, two people that I believe should retire, especially Russell Wilson. Stop, bro. Live your best life with your wonderful wife and future son and the rest of your children.
Definitely.
Aaron Rodgers, go back into the darkness. We hate you.
Go into your little hut, smoke up.
Right.
Go on walkabout. That's something he'd do.
Right, man. Hell yeah. All right, let's keep it moving on to the next sport. It's March. The madness is starting to start. We are currently in conference tournaments right now. It's been exciting, as always. We don't have a whole lot of time left, so we're just going to concentrate on the men. Next week, we'll talk about the women. But, Mark, I thought I would give us both an opportunity to take a few minutes to talk about the state of our college basketball teams. And I will let you go first. What's up with your beloved Arizona Wildcats?
Man, it's been a rough season.
Hell yeah. It's been a roller coaster season. Would you say that?
Yeah, they've bounced in and out of the top 25 a couple times. They were
surprising, yes.
They were 24 last week, and then they lost the game in the Big 12 tournament, and now they're outside of the top 25, which you still figure that makes them around a top 30 team. They'll make the tournament, I'm pretty sure. Even that's up in the air right now, but
yeah.
We'll see. They're still a good team. They've had their bumps, but they got some exciting players coming on next season. They've got some big signings, so I don't expect them to go far in the tournament this year. Maybe they'll be a Cinderella. Yeah. It's tough being a Wildcat fan this year.
Yeah. Duke's doing okay. Last game, they had a couple of injuries, most notably their one of their best players, Cooper Slag. I am not sure if he is playing today. The game, as a matter of fact, might as well take a look. They're currently playing North Carolina, and if you're a Duke fan or a Carolina fan, you know how much you love that. Let's see what's going down. As of right now, Duke is up 34-24. It's still the first half. Let me take a look. No Cooper Slag. Wow. That is big. Outsiders, I'm not really sure what the current diagnosis is or status of an injury is, but he took a pretty big spill yesterday, left the game early in the first half, never came back, not playing this game. That could be very detrimental to the Blue Devils because they look like a totally different team when he's not on the court. That's a very tough break for Duke, but I'm hoping my guys will figure it out with some of the others quote unquote others will step up and get the job done. Like I said, as of right now, we got a 10-point lead over Carolina. Hopefully, they'll be able to hold on and get to those late stages of conference play. Anybody else you want to mention before we move on?
Nothing I can think of. I think like not necessarily one certain team in particular, but just this season with the realigned conferences, it's been kind of exciting. And as much as I love Arizona, I think the Big Ten definitely knew what they were getting when they signed, especially on the women's side, because USC and UCLA are tearing it up in the Big Ten.
Oh my gosh.
That's going to be the final.
It's so exciting. I can't wait till next week when we can give them their just due and spend some significant time talking about the women's part.
Yes.
Of the NCAA, because it has just been it's just been straight fire. I mean, if you're a fan of women's basketball, it is just really, the past 3 years have been such a treat, man. And they are continuing on. This season, this tournament is going to be fire. Juju is just being Juju. She was great last season, and she continues, and in my opinion, has even elevated her game some. And I just can't wait to talk more about that next week, Joe.
Yeah.
Few randoms before we sign off for the evening. All right, we can squeeze Trump and Pete Rose up in there. Hey, Mark, why don't you tell the outsiders, if they don't know, what's been going on with Trump and this whole Pete Rose thing? I mean, if anybody does not know, Commissioner, you call it Manfred, pretty much made it impossible for Pete Rose to ever get into the Hall of Fame, and Trump had a little something to say about it.
Yeah, he had promised to pardon Rose, I guess, and I think that happened. Whatever charges, going back to the betting stuff. So Rose gets the pardon. Pete Rose's family petitioned MLB to reinstate him back in January, and Manfred's decision is due any day now.
Yeah.
And especially with Pete's passing this past year, you hope they would have a heart, and you would hope MLB would see the hypocrisy and them in bed with the sports books nowadays. But the commissioner back in the 80s, I forget what his name was, he was so adamantly against it, and is Manfred's mentor, and he absolutely will do whatever that man said. So I think, sadly, he's not going to let him in. That's my own opinion.
Really? I was going to ask, what do you think will be the result of that? That's very interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. And if that is the result, man, that's messed up.
I will say, back in the day, I don't know, about 10 years now, probably, WWE actually put him in the WWE Hall of Fame as their celebrity wing. And Kane inducted him, had a nice little speech that he kind of started off with Pete's baseball stats, and then he's like, oh, that's the wrong Hall of Fame speech. And they had a lot of fun. So if you want to see Pete Rose at least accept a Hall of Fame nomination, just look up Pete Rose WWE Hall of Fame, and it'll have his induction speech there. Because, sadly he's passed now. We won't ever get to see it if it actually does happen in the MLB. I don't think it will, though. Not under Manfred.
That's something else.
Yeah.
Speaking of wrestling, you got any real on wrestling before we sign off for the evening?
Last show, it was before the Elimination Chamber, March 1st in Toronto.
Yeah.
And the world was rocked by the news. John Cena is now a bad guy, a heel in wrestling parlance. He won the match.
With a bag, right?
Won the match, and then kicked Cody Rhodes right in the no parts.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, and him and The
Oh
Rock
boy.
now. Cena and The Rock teaming up, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, pretty exciting
Going out with a
stuff.
bang.
And all the memes that have come out from it are just amazing. I love it.
That's awesome. That's
I,
awesome.
I actually got a little mini rant if you want to stick with me for a minute here, though.
Sure, go for it, man. It's all you.
Okay. Nothing sports related, nothing, just totally just a lot outside. I'm an Instagram and Facebook Reels kind of guy. Those are always hilarious or engaging.
Sure.
And I have a couple of friends that I definitely like, can send 1, 2, 20, 30 at a time. And we do that to each other. And I'm sure you got those people too.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's like some reels sometimes that sneak their way in. They're usually ads that you're just like, what is going on here? And there's a certain group of reels that have snuck in lately. And I don't know if you've seen it on yours, but I've definitely seen it on mine. And I went to the comments to see if maybe I'm just a pervert or something like that. But there's always attractive women. And, like attractive women do selling something, but not necessarily selling something, a product, but more of a philosophy. I'm not saying anything against religion. Believe what you want to believe. It's all good. But the Church of Latter-day Saints is getting in on this social media thing. And
I don't mean to laugh.
I put up a couple screenshots. Did you see them?
What is happening out here?
And yes, I did screenshot these at the most opportune times, and I will admit, like, just to kind of have fun with it. But to say it's kind of suggestive, I went into the comments just to make sure I wasn't imagining things. And yeah, people are like, sister, whatever her name is, I wouldn't mind going to church with you, or having you say God over and over again. We're living in a day and age that I mean, sex sells, and I guess the Church of Latter-day Saints has figured that out.
Oh my God, my God. Man, this is nuts. And you know what? We are slam in the middle of Lent, and we're going to end this. We're going to end the show on that note. Baltimore, we know how we end this show. Spread love, Have a great time this weekend, drinking with your friends. But most of all, please be safe, you guys. Be safe. All my runners that are reporting on Sunday, a salute. Hope to see you all. Hope we all get to run into each other. And I can't wait. As always, I am your host, Keisha, and on the other end of the line is my favorite slice of pizza on Pie Day, Mark. And we are just a bit outside. Peace, peace.